Okay, welcome back to S4G. It is what it is, opinion show. All right. So I want to explain something to y'all real quick. Okay. I see there's a lot of backlash, and it's not surprising why Akon is getting a lot of backlash because he's doing a track with 6ix9ine. You know what I mean? Doing a locked up remix with him. You know what I mean? And I gotta say this, as you know, my city does not condone snitching. You know what I mean? So that's why everybody's like, why are you doing the track with him? Because he put it out there that he snitched and glorified him snitching. All right, but one thing I gotta explain is this: is that for number one, Akon, you know what I mean? He may do features with a lot of people, like he did features with the Locks and stuff like that, with the Locked Up Drawing and stuff like that. But Akon, you gotta think, he doesn't consider himself a gangster, even though he can vibe on a lot of different, a lot of different genres. So at the end of the day, I see why he's doing this in one aspect, on some, like, I'm not trying to hold a gangster image, a street image, because I can vibe on this vibe, next minute vibe on that vibe. So basically, he's just focused on, getting paid for the feature, you know what I mean, collaborating. And of course, you already know the attention that's on 6ix9ine, just because people just want to hear what he's going to say, see what's going to happen next with him, stuff like that. So you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's a business move. And again, he does not represent a gangster image. Like, he got to stick to a street code and none of that stuff. So it's just like, at the end of the day, it's just a feature to him. It's just doing business to him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I said, not condoning it. You know what I mean? But you got to think, out of all the people that he busts out with a feature, then on top of that, if anything, the backlash that Akon is getting, what about Nicki Minaj? Nicki Minaj still doing tracks with Akon. And even though she represents the Barbie and stuff like that, but she more represents, the streets on that note. You know what I mean? But not to just direct heat on her, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's business with all of them. You know what I mean? It's business with all of them. Everybody don't just stick to that, you know what I mean? Street code is about who you are, what you represent, what you stand for. You know what I mean? But as far as Akon, I see him on that note. You know what I mean? He don't represent gangster. He may represent it when it comes to, talking being locked up or something like that. He'll vibe on the street note, but he doesn't represent that image to where I feel like he has to stick to a code, or he has to, because this man did this or whatever went on with him. Or also, I look at it, he's probably looking at it as this is his way of putting it out there, even though he did his little explaining why he did this and so forth and so on. But it's like in this song, it's like even more, he gets to express himself. You know what I mean? But again, I feel like that's what it is, because he doesn't represent that gangster image. You know what I mean? Akon can, he can be on all types of different genres. You know what I mean? From reggaeton to whatever. You know what I mean? Then, I gotta say, a lot of people is grinding 6ix9ine up, and it's like, how can you be surprised? He's representing the rainbow and stuff like that. But, as far as the wig that he's wearing, where they're previewing the track, the remix of the track, you know what I mean? And a lot of people is grinding him up about that wig, you know what I mean, that he's wearing. Some people saying there's a lace front, stuff like that, whatever. You know what I mean? With the ponytail, wig, whatever. At the end of the day, come on. If he's representing the rainbow, and that's the majority of his fans, besides people that just want to see what's going to happen next with him, what he got to say, just because of what's been put out there with him, with the controversy and all that. So if he represents that rainbow, you can't be surprised what he may wear. Whether it's a wig, hair, clothes, anything. You know what I mean? And one thing I noticed in his verse that he previewed, where he says, fighting demons, are you really fighting demons? Because if you're submitting, you know what I mean, and there's no discriminating with the rainbow and all that, that's how these people want to live their life. I don't live like that, and that's not, it is what it is. but no discriminating. But at the end of the day, if you're representing that, how are you fighting demons? That seems more like you're submitting. That seems more like you're, you know, initiating yourself. It is what it is. So I'm wondering, what demons are you fighting? Are you fighting or are you joining demons? Like, what note are you on? And not to call people that represent the rainbow demons, but I'm just putting facts out there. Like, if you're representing a culture or something that's on some, like, living life on the other side of what people believe that you shouldn't be glorifying, how can you say that you're fighting demons? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I'm not saying, you know, because no matter what you do, nobody's perfect. So we're all fighting demons. We're all fighting demons. Some submit, though. Some submit. Some, you know, represent the devil. So how are you fighting demons? That's what I would like to know, and maybe hear further, because, you know, people want to listen to the track, whether they support him or not, because they want to hear what he got to say. But when he said fighting demons, I'm like, you know, okay, which demons are you talking about? Because you can't play both sides of the fence. If you're being a mascot, you know what I mean? If you're submitting and you're representing a culture of, you know what I mean, whether it's the rainbow, whatever that you're representing, you know, it's like, which side are you on? Are you fighting demons, or are you, I don't know, it is what it is. Like, are you just saying whatever you can say to try to get people on your side to agree with you? Or are you talking about you're battling with your way of life? Because what people are saying and what they was looking for to see what he was going to do when he got out, was he going to still talk the same way in his music, which he did. So it's like, how are you battling? You have a choice to say what you say out your mouth. You have a choice to represent and live how you want to live. Somebody that's battling with that is going to change. So that's what I'm trying to understand. You know what I mean? But everybody has the right to freedom of speech. You know, it is what it is. So, hey, like I said, whether people behind him or not, because of the snitching and stuff like that, people still gonna listen to the track because they're gonna want to hear what he got to say. You know what I mean? But like I said, as far as Akon, I know that's what that is. It's like, you know, it's just a business thing, and he doesn't represent gangster. You know, he can just rap on, flow on any genre. You know what I mean? But y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. You know what I mean? Make the hood rich.